Hey guys, so in today's video I wanted to give you guys my tips on how to keep your suitcases looking new and smelling fresh. You spend all this money on a nice new suitcase, you only want to buy one for the long term, but it comes back from the airlines looking pretty dinged up. And as you can see, this is the ivory colored Calpak hue carry-on that I reviewed for you guys a couple weeks ago. And this did end up having to get checked at one point and it came back pretty scuffed up. So let's walk through how to keep your suitcase looking new. I'm going to start with the inside actually, because that's just as important. So the first thing I want to do when I'm cleaning out the inside of the suitcase is remove any kind of debris or anything that maybe fell off of shoes or whatever you might have tucked in your suitcase after traveling. One easy way to prevent having to do this in the first place is to use shoe bags. You can buy these on Amazon or wherever. Sometimes shoes come with them when you buy them, like Tom's I know does. These are actually bags that came with some of the purchases from Caraa Sport. I've reviewed a few of their products for you guys over the years, but just shoes in particular, all of that sort of sand, dirt, dust that drops off the bottom of your shoes, to keep it out of your suitcase, throw them in a shoe bag. You can shake these out outside and most of them are going to be machine washable. For any of the bigger dust and debris that's in your suitcase that you weren't able to prevent with a shoe bag, I'll just go into the little handheld vacuum or a shop vac to kind of suck all of that dust out. And then I will just take a soft cloth, wet if it needs to be, and just wipe off any other stains, little dirt, dust, makeup, things like that that might be on the inside of the suitcase. The next thing I like to do is use a fabric sanitizer. These kinds of got really popular in 2020 for obvious reasons. This one is from Clorox. It's a fabric sanitizer. It sanitizes soft surfaces. So many of these products are only good on non-porous surfaces. So you can spray this along the inside of your suitcase. Again, if you don't have shoes that were in shoe bags, there's a lot of stuff on the ground that you're picking up on the bottom of your shoes that's now on the lining of your suitcase. So I would go ahead and hit it with one of these, let that dry. To keep your suitcase smelling fresh, I have a couple of ideas for this. So I start with these little mesh bags. You get them with jewelry sometimes. I think this one actually came with wedding favors. I hang on to these to hang in my closets for that fresh smell, but they work just as well inside of a suitcase. So one thing that I like to use are actually the Downy Unstoppables. I'll just pour a couple of these into a little bag like this one's already made and just tie it up and throw that in your suitcase before you store it. I would only use the Downy Unstoppables if you store your suitcase indoors. If you keep them out in the garage or somewhere that's not temperature controlled, I would be concerned that these would melt, so I would not recommend that. The nice thing about the Downy Unstoppables is that even when they lose their fragrance just hanging out in a bag like this, you can still use them in the wash. Once you throw them back into the washing machine and they get wet in the washing cycle, the fragrance is reactivated, so it's not a waste. If you are storing your suitcase somewhere where it might get hot or you don't like to use the Downy Unstoppables, but you have dryer sheets, these I do find they shed a little bit, so I wouldn't just throw these right in the bag, but you could bundle up a dryer sheet and tuck it into one of these little bags instead and throw that inside your suitcase before you zip it up. So now you have the inside of your suitcase looking like new, smelling fresh. It'll be ready to go for you the next time you pack it. How do we get rid of all of these scuffs and uckiness on the outside of the suitcase? So the best tool for this is going to be a Mr. Clean eraser, or you can get, this is the Target Up and Up brand eraser pad. Anything is going to work here. It doesn't have to be name brand, but you're just going to go in with these and clean off the scuffs the same way you would use an eraser to clean off scuffs on your stairs, on your floors, on your walls, or wherever else you use it. I do usually use gloves when I go in with a Mr. Eraser pad. I do usually use gloves when I use this because I find that it actually tends to bleach my nail polish. I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but whatever chemical reagents are going on in here, I like to use the gloves. And once you're through that, having all of your scuffs cleared off and you've got this nice and dry and looking like new again, the only other thing that I like to do is take a Clorox bleach wipe and I will hit the handles on the suitcase and the pull out handle there, just because I'm not the only one who's been touching it. Lots of people have been touching it, maybe hit the zippers, etc., just to get it brand new clean. And then, as you saw in my Calpak review video, this suitcase actually comes with its own dust bag. If yours doesn't, you can sort of fashion one maybe out of an old sheet, or you could maybe even order one online. I'm sure that they make dust bags for suitcases. But I do like that idea because it keeps the dust off of the suitcase wherever you are storing it, whether that's in a closet, a crawl space, a garage, or what have you. So just a quick one for you guys today, my tips for keeping your suitcases looking new and smelling fresh. I hope you found this helpful. I will list everything that I used in this video down below for you guys, so you can go and check that out. I will also link the suitcase review video somewhere on the screen so you can go and watch that if you're interested in this particular bag, and I'll see you guys in my next video.